I think I'm mostly a horror girl. That's the way I would define myself. And then I had the chance to get into that business, and God knows I love it. This is all I want to do. This is brilliant. But yeah, it started with being a kid and loving horror stuff, and then coming to the BIFF and coming back every year and meeting amazing people and thinking this is what I really want to do, and then slowly getting into it. But I love it. Well, I appear in Beneath Still Waters for about a second. It's literally nothing at all. I used to have a close-up in the rough cut, but then it got cut out. I met Brian Yuzna here, I think, at the BIFF, and then I saw him again in a couple of festivals, and we kept in touch. And I explained that I wanted to write a book about Reanimator, and in the end it didn't happen, but I kept in touch with him. And one day he said, I'm going to be shooting this film in Spain, and since you've never been on the set, do you want to come over and visit? So I flew all the way to Madrid just to see the film and be on set. And then he said, you know, no one's going to visit the set. Since I know you've been working for some websites, if you want to write this for Fangoria, I'm going to give you the photos and you can do whatever you want with this and write something for them. So I did, and he put me in one of the scenes and asked me to be an extra. When the makeup effects supervisor, Paul Hyatt, who worked on Descent and did the crawlers on Descent, arrived in South Africa for Doomsday, he realized that production had completely underestimated the amount of effects that were on the film. And he said, I don't have my team with me. They wouldn't hire anyone else. So I don't know how I'm going to do all those effects. And I said, well, I've done some stuff as an amateur, you know, as a kid, or just on Halloween. I've always been fascinated with makeup effects, and I just said I could help. You know, you just teach me what to do and I can do it. And he told me how to do the makeup and the infected makeup, and we severed heads, and, you know, the viper head getting cut out and things like that. That's all things that I was doing with him. Oh, I think Neil was very specific about the music that he wanted to have. Well, I remember reading the first draft of the film, and it already said Two Tribes, or, you know, Frankie Goes to Hollywood, or he already knew what songs he wanted for a couple of scenes. And then he got those ones, and there's a couple that he couldn't have, and all in all, I think he just wanted to have a lot of 80s music that just suited the mood. And then Tyler Bates wrote the score for the film, and it made a huge difference. When you saw the first cut of the film and it had a temp music on it, it was a different film, completely different. He unified that the whole pace of the film is different now, and it's unified by the fact that the score is the same kind of thing all the time. I do 2 little appearances. It's just because I wanted to try to make up, really. And one of them is as one of the punk marauders that you see in the scene where Craig Conway, who plays Saul, is on stage, and he's roasting someone, and people eat him, and I'm just on some podium and I'm shouting, and I have like 2 close-ups, but most people don't even spot me there. I'm wearing this mohawk, and it looks very different. And then I have another one, which is the one that usually a lot of people recognize me for, which is just, I have the infected makeup, which is this huge makeup that took 3 hours to make. And I fall down in front of the camera, and I dribble some blood, and I die. The thing is, I never thought I would be acting, but I loved it. I loved that experience, and I've just done a short film that was shown last night. That was shown at the BIFF just before the midnight screening on Sunday night, and it was just a great experience, seeing myself on that screen. That was fun. As long as it's horror, I'm happy. I just want to be in horror films. If I'd had the choice to play anything I wanted in Doomsday, I would have played the Viper, the one with the tattoos. And at the time, I didn't realize that acting was something I wanted to do, but I remember reading the part and thinking, this is, you know, if I was an actress, this is the one I would like to have. And I didn't even know about the tattoos at the time. It was just a really cool part. And I didn't try for it, and now I'm like, I should have. Oh God. No. I think it's just that in the 80s, horror movies were completely wild. People were just They were not caring about making a lot of sense in their films. They just wanted to have fun and do outrageous things and explore things with gore, because since the 70s, you know, they had all those makeup artists and they just wanted to do over-the-top things. And when you watch films like Return of the Living Dead or Reanimator or all those films, they're just wild. Anything can happen. They're just fun. The book is called It Lives Again, and it's going to be, I think the subtitle is going to be Horror Movies in the New Millennium, which sounds horribly pretentious, but it's actually going to be, I hope, a fun book to read. And it just comes from the fact that there's been so many horror films getting made recently, and I just wanted to see why, if there was something in society that explained why, and also just compile a lot of interviews that I've done with all the new filmmakers and a lot of masters of the genre, and analyze all the films that were coming out in the past 8 years, and it's a great thing to work on.